you can go to the moon with us. Speaking of rockets, we are taking over. This is a Copernic Space Lady rocket takeover of the rockets, and I am making some colorful statements, but there is a big substance behind it. Why are we taking over rockets? Because rockets are ripe for a takeover because they are underutilized, underpriced, underleveraged. When it comes to transforming incredibleness of rockets.
For those on the stream, I'll get it back up. Sorry.
It creates dangers, and those dangers create an opportunity to create value by having a better data system, by applying AI to where these small objects are going to be, so they don't cause collisions, and then finally by putting up their own satellites to actively remediate the debris in space, capture these space objects, space junk. So it's really a great vision. Excited to talk more about that.
Yes, fantastic. And we've interacted with Space Cowboys during your last year event. I think we were supporting your event, and this is a fantastic opportunity to discuss, maybe after this meeting, space debris, because Copernic Space was invited actually by Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
To propose innovative economic solution to dealing with the costs of space debris, and also bring to it something that we are doing together with our community here today, bring a human face, if you will, to the space junk, so it's not as remove irrelevant, but it's something that we can make very relevant to our everyday life.
Absolutely. Now, unfortunately, the CEO, Joe Guzman, would be a much better spokesperson for Space Cowboy, but he got called to Washington, D.C. unexpectedly, and perhaps some space emergency, I don't know. And but I work with him as an advisor and the first investor in the company, and I really believe in it. And so I'm happy to talk about the strategy of how we're going to make space safe, because it's extremely important, right? That
Yes.
What is it, a $1.8 trillion economy in space
Yes,
in the next
and growing.
years, and growing. It's going to be massive, but all this debris is
Yes.
a big risk. It has to be addressed.
Exactly. So fantastic to have you here. We'll be interacting. I will invite, maybe this is a good moment to introduce Grant Blazer, CEO and co-founder of Copernic Space, to remind us about power of a Copernic Space platform, which can tokenize.
Mhm.
Tokenizing of a space debris might be absolutely incredible lift off.
Well, the way I got involved in Space Cowboy is because my personal background. This is yours.
Oh, this is, thank you so much.
You bet.
I am getting my
Cheers.
much needed coffee. Cheers. Cheers to our incredible audience.
Yeah. So my expertise is in developing and creating blockchain systems. The founder of the Telos blockchain, worked in that for about 5 years. No longer involved there, but I'm bringing a number of innovations, and one of the specific innovations that I'm bringing is I'm not sure how much I can say about it right now, but it involves blockchain, space debris. Um, perhaps satellite insurance, perhaps things along those lines. The maturity of the space as captured on in using blockchain technology. So yes, we're very much
Fantastic.
thinking along the same lines.
So, Grant, take it from here, and then we'll ask Walton Peacock, our co-host. I will just mention that we met for the first time yesterday
We did, yeah.
at the Mac Venture Capital event.
It's exactly, yeah.
And yeah, you talked to David.
I did. I talked to David, great guy, and you came by and talked, and yeah, it's a lot of really interesting people,
Yes.
a lot of really serious investors, um, great, just great atmosphere here, and it's very exciting.
Right. And last sentence, Grant, I promise. I just want to let you know that there are a lot of people who want to join us, get to know Copernic Space more. Everybody is kind of divided between schedules because of the tech week, so not everybody could join us right here today. And this is why we'll be hosting open house at this location tomorrow for about 3 hours, so we can catch up with the rest of the people who want to talk about Copernic Space, our moon mission, our community, because we talk always about you. You are incredible community. You are game changers. You are trailblazers. You are guardians of the galaxy or guardians of the moon. And this is a quite serious statement, because you know what? Someone has to do it. You've proved, especially those who have been with us for the last 3 years, that you are the right astronaut team for the mission. And we have a platform, Copernic Space and Spacibles, for the artists, musicians in the room. We embrace you with the big force. So, Grant, maybe you can respond a little bit to our guests' statements, and then help me welcome later Walton Peacock.
Hey, can you guys see me? It's first time trying the video thing on this.
Oh, fantastic. Yes. Yes, we can
Awesome.
see you. But you
Pleasure to
just,
meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you too.
To everyone else who's new in the room, my name's Grant Blaisdell. I'm CEO and co-founder of Copernic Space. We're the pioneering platform that is utilizing blockchain to tokenize what we call space assets and democratize commercial, consumer, and investor access to space ventures and space assets. So really, we're building the commercial and financial infrastructure, and then the marketplace on top to facilitate discovery, transactions, utilization, and trade of space assets, really unlocking ownership in space. So the platform empowers you to become a stakeholder and player in the new space economy. Some of you might be asking, what are space assets? So these are tokenized stakes or ownership of assets in the space economy from what we're doing with our own moon mission later this year, which I'll get into here in a moment, to satellite imagery, data, rockets, and even the financing, the investment vehicles and models into these ventures or the assets themselves. So we're digitizing these assets through tokenization, making them tradable across the marketplace on our platform, right? So just as a background, myself, been doing startups since I was a teenager, originally in the digital media platform space. I've been in the blockchain market for over a decade, so I'm a bit of an OG when it comes to that. I've been a founder of some big ventures such as CoinFirm, which is a leading analytics and AML platform in crypto. And I'm third generation space. Lady Rocket is not just my co-founder, but also my mother. So we're building this platform, what we think is the most important and needed kind of opportunity of this century of building the economic system for this new space economy. But it's built on a three-generation family legacy to democratize access to space. We've been working with leading players for years now on creating the standards of how to tokenize varieties of space assets and how to enable commercial consumer investor access to these assets globally. Most notably, once again, through our own moon mission this year, which some of you in here are clients, passport holders that are participating in this moon mission. So you're a part of over 2,000 unique assets being sent and then tokenized, to be traded from the lunar surface on Earth, right? I can keep going, but I'm going to kind of stop there. I'll just comment quickly on the aspect of space debris. So one of the big challenges behind the space debris aspect is what are going to be the financing and the business or incentive models to be able to accomplish that, right? So, you know, the governments are more so contractors, but what is going to be the model that enables these ventures to really reach those heights and provide investors with liquid investments that they can utilize in the short term and not just through very long liquidity event timelines, which is a big issue in space. So, you know, we've had discussions with satellite debris focused companies and ventures on how do we build the models to invest into it, right? And then how do we build the models to commercialize whatever assets or services that these companies can offer? So I think, you know, just like with the crypto market, space is going to be very similar to where the global consumer is going to be a big funder behind a lot of these more long-term visionary type of
Yes.
ventures. And that really sits at the ethos of what we're doing is to give you guys that access, that ownership, and in turn, fuel some of the most amazing technologies and entrepreneurs of
Yes.
humanity's future.
Thank you, Grant. When Vice President Kamala Harris, I met with her because, well, American Vice President is in charge of, at the government level, of American Space Program. This is why meeting was with her and also General Raymond, who at that time was in charge of Space Force. Because this task is pivotal to ability of Space Force to plan and execute, and pivotal to our ability to function as a country, because space junk, space debris can damage at any time satellites. And that's a vital threat. And there is incredible ethos and mission in what Grant mentioned, that we feel that a lot of us would be compelled to acquire token representing ownership of the mission of cleaning up space, while pragmatic benefit is to do that will help us maintain satellite operations, which are critically important to the functioning of our country and defenses.
Right, and increasingly private industry, right? So we have a number of communication satellites, Starlink type satellites, all kinds of things that are up there that aren't even really government controlled. They are private enterprises, and I think we will see a migration towards the private space being the most important player. But for a while, it will be government. Space Force is going to be continuing to track these objects, what's called the catalog of objects. There's two classes: things that are over 10 centimeters and things that are under 10 centimeters. And things that are over 10 centimeters are the responsibility or owned by some country, and things that are between 1 and 10 are not owned by anybody, and so no one's responsible for them. So, but they can still, wreck your whole day in space.
Right, right. So space cowboys, space mission of being what Grant emphasized, Copernic Space is designed to allow us to own mission-driven tasks that you cannot go to venture capital and give them ROI to fund something like this. But ultimately, you, especially if you are in the United States, you are already you finance space program, okay? Yep. You put money. Everything that NASA does, it is your money. So what Copernic Space does is bringing an opportunity to not only own space program initiatives, but also allow you to come up with your own initiative. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to start a space startup. My father was a rocket scientist, but I am not. I am Lady Rocket. Or Grant, I have to tell you, yesterday Christina said, "Oh, Rocket Mother," because my nickname, because of you, in addition to Lady Rocket, is Rocket Mother.
Rocket
So,
Mom.
yes, Rocket Mom. So, so what I want to do is inspire you to seek a space entrepreneurship inside of you, because the most difficult part is being done in a big part, which is a way to establish you, potentially finance you, and include you in something as dramatically important as a space debris. And for the artists in our room, space debris, what a hot subject for the NFTs, because it is unusual, it's not overblown. You know, people are less and less inclined to buy another beautiful face of AI on NFTs, but they are very inclined to buy something that stands up for something very unique, very prestigious.
Well,
And speaking, yeah,
can
go
I
ahead.
unlock like one of these kind of financial models for maybe what would be a, space debris mission or solution real quick?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, so one thing that's ended up is that there's lots of space companies that have millions of dollars in contracted revenue, or have the interest to be able to attain, X millions of dollars in contracted revenue, but they lack kind of the short-term liquidity, or want an alternative way to fund dedicated missions, or satellites they're going to build, whatever it may be, outside of the traditional go to the VC, raise around, give them the equity, etc. Right? And also on the flip end, there's a very limited amount of VC capital versus what the need or the demand is by these space ventures, and they're generally quite conservative. So we're developing models that will enable these space companies to present their, let's say, business plan or commitments, or how they're going to generate revenue through a certain mission, right? Publish, list that opportunity on our platform,
Yes,
and tokenize rights so that the global market can come in and they can finance that dedicated mission. Depending on how much liquidity they provide, they receive tokens back that represents their rights to the future revenue that that mission is going to generate. Right? So
yes,
now you've built a model where space companies can finance dedicated ventures without, going through a model that doesn't work very well for space, which is the more traditional VC model.
right.
On the flip side, you can diversify that risk and provide a much more liquid asset for liquidity providers into these missions. And that's how we can fund, things like, let's say once we start doing moon and asteroid mining missions, or when we're talking
Yes,
about space debris, is like, how are we going to jump over and create the financial and commercial models that actually fit the needs of those types of ventures, which the current market doesn't provide. And the marketplace on top of it isn't even there yet to facilitate the
right.
discovery, the transactions, the trade of these assets. So that's what
Thank you.
we've been building and providing.
Thank you. As a break to move toward the art, music, Spacibles, let me stand up and just take a little walk, so I can share with you a beautiful beauty of the area where we are. And however, it was noticed yesterday that what we lack is a beautiful Southern California sun. We are overcasted. This is the result of the cold stream coming summer from Alaska and hitting us here and generating clouds. But I still feel it's very beautiful and inspiring. To conclude the part about space debris and talking about platform functions, I want to mention, and I will be introducing someone that is involved with music big time in just a moment, but I want to mention that the power of Copernic space carries over to Spacibles. which is a uniquely positioned, dedicated, exclusive space inspiration, space art, space lifestyle, and space philanthropy platform. We are raising our visibility as we are approaching the date of unleashing our new Spacibles, which is coming up, and the space debris that was discussed. As an artist myself, who has not started to create it, but I hope I will. Um, the NFT that is showing space debris in a very creative way is, I would say, very, very unusual, very collectors ready, and something that could be used to fundraise and include you in our space debris entrepreneurship activities. So keep it in mind. It's about mooncats, but also can be about space debris. Um, let me walk toward one of our guests to ask him to speak about music, and then I will move us to discuss the music. But first, Walton Peacock, as our curator of Spacibles and investor, and please welcome you. Let's hear from you, and then we are going to talk about incredible music creation coming from our guest.
Yes, I just want to point out that this is the conversation that started our relationship completely when I met you in LA and we talked about space trash. That was the whole gist of why I ended up coming to to help Copernic Space and invest in Copernic Space was the conversation we first had at the hotel about space trash. And it really pulled me in. I saw the immediate problem there. And do you remember what I said? I said, whoever solves this problem is going to make $1 billion.
At least,
So
yes, I
I am
remember.
so happy to hear.
Yes.
I am so happy to hear that somebody is actually doing it.
Yeah.
So that's fantastic. So it comes full circle.
Yes, it does. It's
It's
so important. So I'm glad that you're excited about that as well.
Yes, so this is, to take a note, this is our new date of focusing, zooming on the space debris, because the time is perfect. And I think we have a lot of right people at the right place, right time. But since we are also driven by art, music, and I will talk to you about it, would you like to add?
Yeah, I have a fun thing to share about space-based NFTs. So 2 years ago, my company Goodblock got together with astronaut Scott Kelly, and we made NFTs that we sold for the benefit of the Ukraine war effort.
Oh, wow.
And of photographs that he had taken from space, and paired with a voice message from him about each picture. And so we were really excited to create those kinds of space NFTs, and people were very excited about them. And yeah, they're beautiful pictures.
Fantastic.
Great stories from him too.
Because Spacibles and Walton Peacock is a curator, is designated to giving special support and visibility to this type of art.
We should talk more about that. You know, I think a lot of people would be interested in that.
it's
Go ahead.
It feels like there's a lot of synergy. That was what I was just thinking. And one of the things that Copernic Space likes to do is to tie space with philanthropy. And Lady Rocket has been very involved with highlighting art that is involved with helping people in the war in Ukraine. So it would be fantastic to connect outside of the space and see what we can do.
Absolutely. I've commented here. I've joined as a audience member and commented. So if you want to find out how to get in touch with me, I'm in the comments on this
Fantastic.
space.
Okay, moving right along, Alban Dari would like to share, so please do, and then we are going to move to the music. Lady Rocket NFTs, tunes, new type of the NFT.
Amazing. I just heard about it. I'm so excited to hear more.
Yes, I will announce after talking with Maury Hollywood. I think I am sizzling up my vision, but most important, this creates instantaneous opportunity for us to lead with the NFT tunes. Incredible opportunity. Thank you. Okay, so please, please share. Okay, we'll see you. Take care. Go ahead.
Hello,
Albert.
lady.
Yes, hello.
How are you today?
Oh, I am fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you for asking. And I want to share something really powerful. I created the cover of my music, and I created so many lyrics there. It's on the background, and I created also thank you card for special moments tomorrow.
Seems we lost connectivity there for just a minute. So,
I was just going to say, Houston, we have a problem.
yeah. Well, she is sitting out in the middle of the beach, which is a beautiful place. I don't know if you've ever been able to visit that area, but it's quite beautiful.
Yeah, well, and also while we have this lull, I just wanted to give another shout out now, out loud to Dr. Kristen we have up there. If you wanted to just kind of introduce yourself and any thoughts you have so far, I've been curious the whole time to think like, what are you thinking about?
Yeah, hi everybody, and thanks guys for having me. I am Dr. Kristen Anderson Mers. I am part of an awesome company called Nova Space Inc. We do space industry professional development and training. But beyond that, I've been in education for 20 plus years and also an artist and a musician. So I very much connect to the initiatives that are happening around combining space industry knowledge and preparing people for the industry, but also combining that humanities and art and music initiative to fuse them so that it doesn't seem as daunting of information as it typically does.
Right. Yeah. So I'll monitor the feed and see if it comes back on. But I just figured we can take the real estate back for a moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it looks like they're back up, so
Okay.
we might be able to put the
All
action
right.
back in here.
There we go. Yeah, really great to have you just mention that. And I love the art and music connection too. I was just thinking like, wow, there's so much we can do with space debris. And I even commented like upcycling.
Yeah.
Upcycling space debris. Oh my gosh. All right, I think I'm going to have to refresh my X feed because mine's still not back up.
Okay, sounds good.
But,
well, I know that.
hang tight.
Yeah, just a second.
There we go.
All right.
Use. And thank you, Dogecoin. And this is one of the missions that I put on my shoulders and shoulders of our team, is to game change how a relationship with music could be amplified in unprecedented way by adding to it our capabilities to take it not only in space, but take it as a music asset, as a space asset that can be monetized, tokenized. And what you just said, creation of the music that would be in particular addressing and soothing to the people in space. I can think about Elon Musk's mission to the Mars. 6 months it will take to travel to Mars. I think this is a great subject to start working on the music that would be appropriate for that.
Absolutely.
And yes, we met yesterday at the phenomenal, something that I wanted to share with you, AI and creativity.
Yeah.
It was great people from Hollywood, people from the music industry, branding. Our host was a fantastic guy who works with Red Bull, Disney, on helping those companies catch our innovation, our spirit. So it was, I went live from there with Donna and Grant and Walton Peacock. But I am so happy that you are here with us.
Likewise. Thank you for the invite.
Yes, because we will be talking about what type of DJing would be appropriate to do during the SpaceX rocket launch.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
And tell us a little bit more, what's the secret of your success as a DJ?
I would say the secret of my success is being around a lot of people, going to these type of events. I would say confidence, confidence in your ability, because you just can't go to any room and not feel confident about what you can deliver for people. You have to be so confident that what you do, whether it be a product, whether it be your brand, whether it be your style, that it can really impact and change the world. But that starts with skills. You know, find something that you're very strong at as far as a skill, a hobby, and create it into something that could be magnifying towards people, and that something that the word that comes up to me right now is being undeniable.
Undeniable. That's
Be so
fantastic.
good that they can't deny you, whatever it be, and then just go out there and show the world that you're
Yes.
the king, you're the queen of your craft. And yeah,
Undeniable. Grant, I am bringing you back to speak. Or co-host. I don't know why you dropped out of co-host, but listen, undeniable have audacity based on investment in capabilities, audacity of the power of your vision, which can be of service to others. And yes, $1 trillion, it's a nice number. You know, billions are passé. They are not in vogue anymore. Going for trillions is something that, especially we engage in space economy,
absolutely.
should cultivate. Speaking of trillions, Dogecoin, please join us. You asked to speak. Fantastic to have you here. Please go ahead. Dogecoin, please go ahead.
Bloody rockets, hello, Habibi.
Habibi, Haiti Habibi.
Thank you, Habibi. I am from Algeria speaking Arab. I am sorry, English, okay?
Yes, hello to Algeria. Hello to you from
Mm.
California.
Oh, yes, Habibi. Dogecoin to the moon, Habibi. Dogecoin إلى القمر, Habibi. Thank you. I love you, MC Doge. I love you, Bloody Rocket. I love you, Elon Musk.
And we love you back, and you should follow us because we are getting ready to close in next few weeks. Who is going to send their Dogecoin to the moon? We'll talk about it a little bit more. Grant, Watson Peacock, would you like to say something before we transition to the talking about Spacibles NFT tunes, music, and then art collection?
Yes, okay, Bloody Rocket.
I did want to
Thank you, Habibi. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you very much, Dogecoin. Go ahead, Watson Peacock.
I just wanted to say to the DJ to connect with me and to follow Walton Peacock and Spaceables, because there are many opportunities for people to get involved that are musicians. We have some very accomplished musicians that have their music on the current moon mission, because you can easily tie a track to a piece of art and we can launch it either just as the music or as attached to a piece of art. There are many ways for it to be showcased at all kinds of space events. So if you are an artist of any kind, we can totally involve you with our platform.
Yes,
We don't just have straight songs on there, but they can be tied to a piece of art and laid on that track, or that track can be laid on that piece of art. So there is easily ways
yes,
for a world famous DJ to be involved. So come join us.
yes. He's going to do that. And as a Lady Rocket, wearing a hat of the investor, creator of the co-creator of the blockchain that can transform space into the space economy. Oh, I like this statement: transforming space into the space economy, so all of us can have a part in it. But the part that I am particularly proud about is what Watson Peacock mentioned, that while focus on financial performance, technology, vision, getting us to the moon, our vital mission is to engage with creative community all over the world in order to make sure that space includes you, artists, music, creators, NFTs, fashion, because this is how humans express themselves. So, with that in mind, and Grant, I would love for you to jump in, raise your hand, because it's always great to hear from you, and you are so relevant to. You are a musician. Is there anything you just got invited to be on our platform?
All right.
By Walton Peacock, yes. So we will be talking about it because we can record your DJing music and create NFT out of it. That
That's
could
beautiful.
give you completely new way of growing your community and revenues.
I have an idea about that. I actually, what if we get somebody that's in space have say like a certain phrase, and then we can make that into a song that attached to their NFT image.
For example, so
Yeah,
this
so
one.
there's creating music on Earth and taking it to space and turning it into a space asset, and then
Yeah,
there's taking things created in space, bringing it to Earth and turning it into a space asset. So those things can
absolutely.
go both ways. Through our moon mission, it's exclusively going up, right, and then enabling ownership of what went up here on Earth. Like I'm sending my own song to the moon on our moon mission. I'll tokenize it, and people
Yeah,
can buy ownership of my song on the moon, and trade it. So,
that's beautiful.
the whole reason I got into blockchain tech over a decade ago now is to build the new models of how creators, whether it's whether it's film or it's music, on how they can better distribute and monetize their intellectual property, their creations, and have a more transparent, trusted system on how it is monetized, and how their content rights are being used, and what's their percentage out of that monetization. So that will always sit at the core of why I entered into this space a long time ago, and why I do what I do. And a lot of that early work I put in for the digital media models and platforms, I'm now utilizing to. There's a big opportunity to bring together the culture around space. So all the artists, everything related towards space, even in the abstract, and create a whole new asset class for those earthly creative assets, whether it's art or it's music,
Yeah,
that enables more kind of uniqueness, value, etc. And we utilize space to do that, especially by sending these things into
Yes.
space, and once again tokenizing and verifying their ownership with blockchain, so
Yeah.
that they can exist verifiably, and they can be traded and utilized in various ways.
that's amazing. Well, thank you for that. Yeah.
Yeah, and before we went live, we started to talk with Francisco about hosting the event here on the Space Beach with him DJing. So just imagine a value of NFTs if we would capture the music, perform on Space Beach under the leadership of Copernic Space and our community, and then transform it into the NFTs.
We could definitely do that.
And this is what I am talking about as NFT tunes. I this introduction of this concept from Grammys Museum, which I did, I think on Saturday, all the way to me presenting it here at LA Tech. Meeting our new friend is giving it a velocity, but the essence of value comes from the fact that we have a platform, we have Spacibles, we have Copernic Space, we have capacity of sending the music to the moon, inside of the rocket, to the satellite. So this is not just another NFT talk. It is a talk of creating pretty much a new part of the music industry
Yes.
with the new revenue streams. Don't you think so?
We're gonna revolutionize it. We're gonna be the trailblazers, the trendsetters, everything they want to be. It's like we're gonna start our own label,
That's right, you got it.
the
On
space label.
space label, lunar label,
Yeah.
here on the moon. Go ahead, Albandar.
Yeah, I can share the song that I created for 7 versions. I can share it for you.
Okay, do you want to
There is a
play it now briefly?
no, it's not play it yet. I don't have a.
Send it to me. Okay, thank you. I love your
There is a
spirit. Your
lyrics. I will send
lyrics
you.
also.
I will send you the
Oh,
blue version. Sounds good.
oh wow, sounds good.
Can you send it to me too?
Y-
Yeah,
yes,
you want a white version or black? Choose.
Give me both, cause I want to listen to them both. You can
I
send it
have
to
the seven
directly.
versions.
Can you send
Seven
it to my
rainbow.
Instagram?
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
Give
The
people
cover,
your Instagram.
Yeah,
the
it's
cover on
underscore
Instagram
DJ
as well.
Dova. Yeah, if you can send it to underscore DJ Dova, DOVA, you can
Wait
send
a
it to
second.
there.
Wait
And
a
then
second. Can you type it in on DM?
I will send it to you.
Yeah.
It's
But I will send
because
it to
I'm
you,
afraid this
lady.
video is so fragile. We'll text you.
Of course, no
His.
problem. I will send it to
Okay.
you
Thank you
right
so
now. I'll find
much.
it and send it to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yes. What's in Peacock? Any other comments? And we have Quasar here, or do we still have Quasar? I think he had to leave. But anyway, if there's a musician in the room, that's your opportunity to speak. Bottom line is Spacibles and Lady Rocket Foundation are collaborating on unleashing, defining, and owning new paradigm for NFTs, a new paradigm for music called NFT tunes. The artists, musicians, sponsors, labels, investors will be able to work directly in the front line with me and my partners on launching, pricing, distributing all the way to the moon, completely new generation of music. Hi, Papi, and this is, yeah, please, fantastic to have you here. I would love to hear comments from Papi, who is already working on his album, our newest passport holder. And please tell us about phenomenal producers that you are working with in Miami. Please go ahead. Papi?
Yeah, Jim. Lady Rocket, baby. Looking all pretty decked out in your blue. From your nails to your shades to your hair. Just flossing, baby. Are you ready? Take us to
He's
the
from
moon.
Miami
Take us on
for
the
sure.
rocket. Dover. Big up to you. Grant. Big up, big up. Get your
Yeah.
passport, baby. I got my
Oh,
ambassador. You better get ready. That's how I'm going to be right now. I'm going to wet your palate right there. NFT, MSC. Blah. God of mercy.
wow. That's phenomenal. I love it for our Art Basel earthquake, because Art Basel needs earthquake or needs a lift to the moon, because it's, especially now when traditional art market is going down, we can take it up in an unprecedented way. Papi, I love it. I love it. Keep it coming. You are invited to be in my top 10 Lady Rocket NFT tunes and to the moon. We are going to. I will tell you more about it as I am developing my relationship with Grammys around this particular subject, including something that is shocking, a community around Grammys, because I propose, and I shared it with you, that Grammy establishes award for the best space music, because we are going back to the moon. Space is vital to the interests of our humanity, our country, and why not? We are ambassadors, and you are ambassadors with me. So fantastic to have you here. Okay,
That's why I love you, baby. That's why I love you. Take us to the moon. We're ready to board that rocket. Let's go. Dover.
let, let's go. Yes.
Go, yeah.
Can we make some music? Play this music out there? Yeah, I will. We'll have to DJ around our space music too.
Yeah. We'll play whatever everybody wants. And we'll make it
Yeah.
happen. We'll add a new twist.
Fantastic. We have a Zepgram wanting to speak, and Walton Peacock and Grant, please jump in as I am freebasing
Yes.
here. Yeah, go ahead.
So, hi, I'm Christina, and I'm the co-founder of Septagram, and we actually are a platform that tokenize music rights and NFTs. We've done that since 2016. So I find it very interesting that you're approaching space, because we've been on Earth so far. But I think it's interesting. So I would like to know, how do you get involved? Because we do have a NFT platform based on Stellar blockchain.
Uh-huh.
So how do you get involved with your work? Because it sounds very interesting, and I love Elon Musk.
Yes, and he needs more music in his life. This is what he's lacking in his life. He has everything but
Yeah,
music. And we are
yeah,
hijacking his rocket, transforming it into flying music
that's
platform.
great.
Okay, and we are sending music to the moon, but also we have 4 rockets waiting to be leased for music. And how to get involved? Well, I think what we do very well is we understand relationship models, business models, how to create a spectacular option for the revenues for a sponsorship. We are very busy, so we are now want to team up with the people who can step in and dream with us and come up with something that would be buzz creating, followers creating, revenue creating. So I'd be happy to explore it with you, and also with Walton Peacock, curator of Spacibles, who is our platform. Grant, are you still with us? Can you join us?
You can talk to Douglas because he knows Septagram. He knows a lot about it. So you
Okay,
can have him because you
fantastic.
have him close to you.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Saying hello to Mooncats 415 415, participant in our Mooncat mission. And we are proud to announce investor in Copernic Space. I will leave it to, and so much more. I will leave it to Mooncat to talk about his incredibleness. When he's ready to do it, I just want to acknowledge his presence. I also want to acknowledge Yevhen Hornyuk in our room, who is coming to us from Ukraine. He's a senior executive in electronics and technology industry, who of course cannot perform in his normal profession due to the fact that he's in a war zone. So please follow him, see if you can engage with him, see what's happening, because sometimes small gestures can make a big difference. Watson Peacock, okay, you are back. I am inviting you to co-host. Okay, Grant, are you with us? Do you want to share? Okay, Walton Peacock, sending you invitation to co-host. Lovejoy just joined us. Fantastic. Lovejoy, come to us and tell us how you are, where you are, and about your music vision that we were discussing. I just sent you invitation to speak.
Hi, Lady
I'm
Rocket.
requesting to speak from my personal account. You're not bringing me up.
I am not bringing you up. Okay. Okay, I am trying. Maybe Walton Peacock, are you with us? No. For some reason, I cannot bring you up. Let's try invite to speak. In the meantime, Mooncat 415, welcome.
Lady Rocket, how are you?
I am fantastic. It's so good to hear you.
So
So
good
good to
to
hear
hear you
you.
as well, Grant, and Waltzing Peacock as well. The energy, the enthusiasm around the conversation today is amazing. I just love it, and love being part of this growing community of people that are looking at many different intersections with space, where we can create value, do good things for people, make money. It's an exciting time. If I can say, just to share with your audience, I am very much not a blockchain crypto expert, but what I am is a technology expert of 25 years in the pet care industry. So creating predictive health products for dogs and cats, etc. And now I'm very proud and pleased to say that I'm not only a Copernic Space passport holder, but also an early investor in the platform. And like many of you, I'm looking at this as an enormous opportunity to create an intersection in my particular area between space, between education, children, with the animals that we love, cats and dogs and many other species. Lady Rocket and I met just this past January at the Consumer Electronics Show. Very serendipitously, we kind of ran into each other. And it took about 5 minutes for us, I think, to recognize that we shared some very similar passions around space, around cats, around the idea of our mission in life is to do good for others. And from that very short conversation spawned this idea of Mooncat, and we saw a lot of energy. We continue to see a lot of energy around this intersection of people interested in space and technology and AI, and people that love pets and animals like family and feel a responsibility that we're here to protect them, to take care of them, to ensure that they live good, healthy, and active lives. And so I'm very excited to be part of this journey, this creative journey of jumping in with all of you to find new and different ways to leverage this platform, this emerging space economy, the intersection of pets and animals to do amazing things in the future. So thank you so much, Lady Rocket.
Thank you so much and welcome. I am so thrilled that someone of your caliber in experience and vision has joined Copernic Space, and our project of Mooncats is growing in notoriety, in interest, and we have a difficult decision to choose which platform, in addition, of course, to Spacibles, we will be launching additional versions of Mooncats on, and with Mark strategically placed in St. Louis, we want to take advantage of a broader marketplace, which means cat lovers who are not necessarily into NFTs yet, but will be if we give them opportunity to acquire NFT that is attached to demonstrable contribution to cats' well-being, because we are philanthropists. Mark adopted. Mark, did you adopt cat or dog or both when you went with your beautiful wife to the shelter?
We have adopted many cats and dogs over the years. We tend to be kitty and doggy hospice in our house. We find, I think those animals that are in shelters that don't get adopted are the ones that call to us, and we often find ourselves bringing them home.
Yes. So you see, this is authenticity, and I just adopted cat about 2 weeks ago after being at another Copernic Space event, SpaceX Rocket Launch. So straight from the SpaceX Rocket Launch, I went to the animal shelter, which is almost so interestingly almost next door to the SpaceX, and adopted Luna, a little cat who joined Apollo 11, my resident cat. So you see, this all gives authenticity that money cannot buy, who we are as people in our personal lives with our authentic philanthropy, and amplification of philanthropy will be entering through Spacibles NFTs collections, which now include music.
Yes.
Yes, and
Okay?
I'm excited to share, Lady Rocket. As you well know, we've created a cast of what I call catronauts and space dogs, the first dogs and cat characters that will be going into space, hopefully going to the moon. As we get to know these different characters and develop them over time, what you will find is a number of them are based on the dogs and cats that have been in my life, and we're taking
Yes.
their stories to the next level. Their landing on the moon will just
Yes.
be their first adventure of many to come.
Fantastic. I want to say that you see, this is a type of journey that goes beyond just tokenizing or buying tokens, selling tokens, cryptocurrency. This is a true endeavor of incredible togetherness while creating substantial financial value. I want to say hello to Kevin Shabo, ghostwriter and brand builder. It's very nice to have you here, and Douglas and Tommy, of course, Esther, Olmai, Pluto, and Catcoin, which is participatory in our cat missions, Igets, Quava, Julians. I want to quickly bring Lovejoy to speak because we've been talking a lot directly, and I am very, very happy to hear from him. Thank you, Mark, so much for joining us. It's fantastic to hear from you, and we'll be in touch. So, Lovejoy, can you speak?
Hi, Lady Rocket. Yes, I can. Yeah, so thank you so much for having me on your space, and thank you so much for the call the other day. I am in Switzerland right now, and I am connecting with some friends. And just last night, a very good friend of mine, he told me that he is a space photographer and started sharing his art with me, and it is absolutely incredible, the pictures that he is taking in the mountains of Switzerland. And I'm hoping to work with him with my music and potentially, release something. Mooncat. Just as you were talking, it gave me an idea. one of my good friends in New England, he's a brewer for a company called Space Cat, and they make world-renowned German beer, and
Wow.
maybe we could work something out on that end. But as far as the music and the physical art and the photography, I'm hoping to well, I'm planning on going to Art Basel in Paris this weekend and talking about the project and hopefully connecting with other artists that share the same vision of, helping people on Earth and helping grow the space economy and just giving back to the world and giving back to the community as much as we can. Um, yeah, I just wanted to say it's an honor to be a part of this, and thank you guys so much for everything. Thank you, Grant. Thank you, Waltzing Peacock. I really appreciate your support, and I'm really excited to continue the effort and try and create something beautiful to share and inspire people about space and show them the opportunities and the wonder that we all get to share.
Thank you, Lovejoy, so much. Do you
Can
want
you
to
guys
say?
hear me, by the way? Because I'm
Yes, we
calling
can
in.
hear you. Yes, go ahead. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
just real quick to Lovejoy. First off, welcome. Lovejoy's a passport holder very recently. So for those who are interested in what I'm talking about when it comes to passports, you have that pinned at the top. That's our native NFT on our platform. So we don't only use NFTs to tokenize and fractionalize real world space assets, but also to enable a new type of value utility, both on platform as well as in real life for our users. So make sure to check that out. Second thing, I love the space beer idea, because Mooncat and I have been coming up with varieties of more consumer facing space slash pet inspired products and assets that we can mix with missions, etc. So we have a bunch of stuff for the pet owners to give to their pets, but we don't really have anything for the pet owner themselves. So, they can get something for their pet and then they'll get beer for themselves, I guess. So I kind of like the idea.
Yes, fantastic. It could be a mesmerizing co-branding relationship, and all of it can be captured in a form of the NFT, but also NFT tunes, because we can combine the visual image with the music, and this is the innovation that I want to put behind my personal collection, and where I will be engaging my resources, creativity, vision of promoting it. Those are the new era NFTs that also embed in them authentic philanthropy, spectacularness, and innovation of format, purpose, and form. And I think we have people here in this room that are phenomenal. I want to welcome Jonah, who is a very special new participant. Also say hello to Humble Warrior, who is indeed warrior, paving a way into the sometimes very, I would say, unpredictable Bitcoin holders community. So I appreciate her presence here. If you would like to share, and um, and speaking of Bitcoin, what I would love, Grant, for you to mention, because this is another avenue for increasing what impact, uniqueness, and financial value of traditional NFTs, because we are sending Bitcoin to the moon. Oh, Albandar, I see your hand. I will be back to you shortly. But Grant, maybe you can highlight, because you do it so well, how our Moon Bitcoin wallet adds additional zest to the relationship that we are forming with the financial stakeholders.
Can you ask that question again in a little
Yes,
bit
the
more?
question is, tell us about uniqueness of Lady Rocket and Copernic Space Bitcoin, Moon Bitcoin wallet, and how does it add to the zest and uniqueness of our activities?
Well, we've like I said, we have over 2,000 assets going up on the mission. Among them, the Lady Rocket Foundation and Copernic Space have a collection of actual Bitcoin and Doge wallets going up. So providing a different and new asset type on the mission that we see a lot of crypto projects
Yeah.
wanting to have access and ownership of. So we're also providing the ability to not just own assets in NFT format that are on the lunar mission, but own these wallets themselves. So creating a new, unique, valuable asset that certain players in the industry should treat very lucratively.
Did you stop speaking?
Yes.
Please go ahead. We just have new people showing up, so don't mind me.
I
Uh,
answered you.
okay. All right. Fantastic. Um, so anyway, we feel truly empowered, and this is why we are getting a lot of attention during LA
Hold up.
Tech Week.
If you
Yeah.
want, I can comment more about it, but you know,
Yeah. Please.
I'm not. I wasn't exactly sure what angle you're trying to,
Well, make some inspire
So,
people because of.
Copernic, if we don't own the wallets, how do we own the assets in them?
So you would buy ownership of the wallet itself. We would tokenize and verify the ownership of that wallet as what we call real world space assets, and then transfer that asset ownership to you, right? The private keys would be, attached as a part of that. So,
So, do
you
you
know,
pinky promise that you won't make any more of the assets?
Mom, can you mute yourself? Because I can't hear.
Did you
Sorry, say
say
again, buddy?
mom?
Yeah, Lady Rocket's my mother and my co-founder.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's a family legacy, family business, so to say. So pinky promise. Well, listen, the payload on this mission is closed. Okay. All we're enabling people to do is to acquire and customize, certain assets that are on it. So there's 10 Bitcoin wallets, and here's the thing. There's people in the Bitcoin ecosystem who are interested on working with us to take, the real world space asset standard we developed on EVM, right? Attached to smart contracts, and figure out a way how to transfer these
How
assets onto.
smart are these contracts?
Uh, to be honest, genius comes in simplicity a lot of times, but we do some really innovative stuff. For example, even the Bitcoin wallet, what we're doing with that is we're tokenizing the actual space that we have within the lunar lander. And based off those 2,000 assets, we fractionalized it into 2,000 different assets
Wow.
that are going to be then tied to the parent. So you have a parent token, and then you have 2,000 child
Child
tokens
tokens. Wow.
that are
So,
tied to the parent.
wow. So she can't. Okay, but there is no incest among the childs, right? Because
No,
I don't
no
support that.
incest. This is a
Okay.
pure genealogy here. No, but seriously, that's why I use the term standard, is because it's not as simple as just, hey, I'm minting an NFT and I'm saying it's this thing. It's about
Right.
building a real standard that utilizes, the cool features and benefits of blockchain, such as provenance, such as trust. So that's
Right.
why we build that child parent relationship, is because no matter what asset you're buying across our marketplace, you'll be able to tell and verify the origin of it, that it's actually a real world space asset on a particular mission
Wow. So
payload.
you can see the DNA of the child in a way.
Yes, correct.
Wow.
I like your funny and sarcastic kind of analogies and
Well, you
comparisons.
do know that like incest is standard in some certain states. So, I'm just saying, don't make it
Well,
too. You gotta be careful about how standard you want these children to
Well,
be.
you don't sound American. Incest is less of a problem in the United States than it is in Asia, for example. So we
Oh
can take
no,
that
no, we
topic.
don't. No, no, we find each other extremely ugly, so we stay off our brothers and sisters.
Okay. Well, listen, man, if you're interested in learning more about this,
Yes, let's explore.
Do
feel free
you
Absolutely.
look
to
anything like your mom?
feel,
Well, he is magnificent, and he's also an artist and a performer,
well,
so
my
he can
mother,
Oh
keep
yeah,
here's the
up.
thing,
I can see the performance. Yeah.
you would be able to actually see what I look like, except my mom mistakenly banned me from our
Oh
own
my God!
space.
Oh my God!
So,
Oh well, you're
Oh,
still
I'm so
here though.
sorry, but
well, yeah,
listen, guys,
because I
I
had my personal,
navigate.
I had my personal profile up earlier, so now I'm
Yeah,
using the space
Do
one.
you also
Uh,
have blue hair?
no, I'm not that radical.
I thought it was natural blue.
yeah.
My mistake.
This
Yeah.
is natural, and here is my
So,
blue
lady, are you gonna
umbrella. Look at
when
that!
are
I
we?
even have a.
Is your child tokenized as well? Uh,
Yes,
can we
I
own
should be
some
tokenized as
tokens?
well. Hey, listen, be
Awesome.
scarce, be scarce. Feel free to, DM us, join our
Sure.
community, follow us. I'm happy to, we're open book, happy to answer any questions, and happy to make incest jokes around our child and parent
Yes.
asset relationship. I
Wow.
believe Poppy, Albandari, and Jonah have had their hands up for a while, so
Okay,
maybe
okay, so
let's
let
open it
them
up to
speak. I
them
just
there.
want to tell you that I have my own personal umbrellas on the beach and my blue chairs. And
Wow.
because you know what, it takes total package to win the battles, especially if this is a battle for a galaxy. And we are guardians of the galaxy here. We are
Let's
bringing space
fucking
economy.
go.
Let's fucking go.
You know
So
what your
what?
theme song should be, Lady Rocket?
What?
It's a song from around the 90s, early 2000s. It's like, I'm blue. Na, 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 na,
Da, da,
na,
da,
do
da,
that.
da, da, da.
That would be a great theme song for you.
That's
Absolutely.
fantastic. Let's talk and welcome new speakers. Help me manage. Where is John? Oh, here he is. Jonah, please go ahead.
Yeah, I just came to say hello. I mean, we've been having our back and forths. You've been listening to you talk about tokenization, sending democracy to the moon.
Oh yeah.
Everything you've been talking about has just been so interesting to me. And, I'm new to the space. And I'm just wondering, like, are you going to sell tickets to the moon, or is this only going to be like a digital venture, right? Because I've always wanted to go to the moon. Ever since I was a little toyja, I've always had this ambition to be an astronaut. And I never wanted to go too far. Not Mars, I don't want to go that far. But the moon seems, it's close
Moon
enough.
is reasonable.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
close, right? I
so
can get
so
back
when
Absolutely.
within
when
this
the
lifetime.
private market for such opportunities opens up and something other than a private person or company having to spend like $500 million to do that sort of mission, once they become kind of more privatized, I'm sure we'll be
We
offering
can
that.
privatize it.
So then let's say
uh
that sorry, if since I'm an early adopter and I'm getting in early, right? Lady
yeah.
Rocket told me it was a 3 Bitcoin partner fee. So let's say that since I'm a early adopter slash investor, would I get priority over the
Yes.
other motherfuckers that try to get in first?
You would, and you would be a founding member, because what you just brought to our attention, I am ready to execute, because we can tokenize next mission to the moon. So seed funding, three
Well,
Let's
bitcoins
Mom, you got to
fucking
instantly.
go.
understand, Joan is talking about physically going
I
himself.
know, physically going, and I am talking about starting using Copernic Space Platform with a seed funding like 3 Bitcoin, organized projects of funding going to the moon for individual person as one of the incredible projects on Copernic Space.
No, I
Totally,
don't
and
really
own
want to
it.
go physically to the moon. I thought that was like an innuendo, like we would fuck and like you would take me to the moon, like
Oh,
something
be
like that.
scarce for
I don't
crying out
know.
loud. Your
Yeah,
son is in a
buddy.
space that is inappropriate. Be scarce for crying out loud.
There's a lot of things inappropriate about this space. My
Ugh.
comment was the least of them.
I'm
buddy,
Okay,
just
buddy.
concerned about
Also, I
Jonah
find
getting
Lady Rocket
shotgunned.
really attractive, humble. So can you not
Yo,
cock block
buddy,
me?
buddy, 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 buddy.